Okay.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Buenos dias.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Breakfast Podcast.
I'm Tim Maley.
I'm Shota. And this is Marco.
Okay. So
Well, this is our second episode, round 2, the Breakfast Podcast with my roommate and dear friend, Marco.
Hey.
So what'd you guys have for breakfast this morning?
I actually didn't eat breakfast till I got to the office, but lucky for me today, Tanya, our account controller, had purchased some Danishes, both apple and cherry cream cheese from the local grocer because she needed to buy some more coffee, and way better than I thought. I didn't eat them till like 11 a.m. But normally apple, turnovers, and Danishes are my favorite, but today the cherry cream cheese one just really hit it off. But that was my breakfast today. How about you, Tim?
I had a kind of a weird morning this morning because I didn't really fall asleep, and then I sort of just woke up.
When did you wake up today?
It depends how you define wake up. I didn't sleep, and then I went to Home Depot and made an impulse buy this morning. And then I came home, fell asleep, and then woke up at 3 p.m. And I broke that semi-fast with a peach. Kept it simple.
Right on. No watermelon today?
No, I'm out of watermelon, actually.
Okay.
So
all right.
I had to improvise with some peaches.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Marco, you want to tell us what you had for breakfast and then also kind of tell us a little bit about yourself before we continue on?
Well, today I had my usual toast with coffee.
4 pieces, as we discussed last week.
Olive oil and homemade marmalade that we made during the quarantine. It was calamandan and sour orange.
Ooh, how was that?
Really good.
Really good.
Did you do olive oil and jam or marmalade?
Yeah, I just used olive oil like you would use butter.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a little bit on top of the toast. And then I also had oats and bananas because I was still hungry.
That's a big breakfast.
So
dude.
4
And
pieces of
coffee.
toast, coffee, olive oil, bananas, oatmeal. That sounds like a standard Marco breakfast.
That's very high carb diet. I love it.
Oh, I don't eat anything until like 3 p.m. afterward, and that was 5 in the morning. So.
What time do you normally get up?
5.
5? Okay.
And I just
So you just have
first thing, breakfast.
They don't let you have lunch breaks at work?
I do, but I don't take them. I just wait until I get out.
Man, hustling over here. Grinding all day.
Hard.
Jeez.
And then, so Marco, you are from Spain, kind of, and that's why you like olive oil. But you want to tell us a little bit about your background before we get into today's topic?
I was born and raised in Spain, although my family is from here, from Tucson, and that's why I live here.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess explain about the olive oil on toast a little bit, because I'm sure people are curious about this odd breakfast habit.
Well, I don't know if exactly, but Spain is one of the biggest olive oil producers, so it's really cheap over there, and we use it for everything. So since I grew up, we used it in toast and to cook absolutely everything. So it was just a substitute for butter.
Okay. So nobody in Spain uses butter because
they do.
Oil.
It's just a lot of people also use olive oil.
Okay. Right on. Okay. Well, that takes us to our next topic today. We wanted to follow up on last week's podcast, toaster oven versus conventional oven. And if you go back and look at the comments, the people have spoken. The toaster oven wins, hands down, is a better appliance and unit than the conventional toaster.
You know, I don't know, man. So I think that you're not going to persuade anyone to buy it. Maybe you would. But I think for me, I've had some private messages that didn't end up in the official tally that were very pro toaster. And I think the important thing here was to just...
That's the thing, Tim. If people aren't willing to go out and comment on our video, comment on our Instagram or Facebook page, and they're just sending you private messages and they're sliding into your DM, then they are not firm enough in their beliefs to speak out into the world. So we're not counting those totals.
Okay. No mail-in ballots.
No mail-in ballots.
All official. All right.
Exactly. And that being said, mail-in ballots are official, and you can do that normally. But you have to send them to the right source. You can't just send them to your uncle. You got to send them to our Facebook page, to our YouTube channel. You have to put it where it belongs. You can't just send it to anybody and expect your vote to count.
Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more updates.
Yeah, and don't forget to vote and get your mail-in ballot sorted out. My dad ran into that this morning where his ballot was damaged somehow, and then he was scrambling to vote today. Today's our primary here in Arizona. But I will.
Well, it's next week, but today's the last day to do mail-in ballots.
All right. Well, those are the facts from Marco. All right. Well,
Oh, another fact. I am pro toaster oven.
you are pro toaster oven opposed to conventional toaster?
Oh, yeah. But I do agree with Tim that it occupies a lot of space, so you have to get rid of the microwave if you have a toaster oven.
You can't just get rid of the conventional toaster.
Because you two
Oh, yeah, you get rid of the conventional toaster and the microwave, and you get a toaster oven.
Okay.
And a stove, and that's enough.
And you two do live together, so that's good news. You're on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'd be able to get away without an oven or without a microwave. Sorry.
I understand that.
You know what I've been finding out though? How did you make your oatmeal today?
Microwave. But I could do the stove.
You know what I found out today? Using just a normal rice cooker is great for making oatmeal.
It's called a rice cooker for a reason, Tim.
It's rice cooker and then some.
No, it's a rice cooker. If it's a rice cooker and then some, then it's not a proper rice cooker.
Well, I mean, it's not the nicest one. It's my grandma bought it for me. It's it's how many dollars she loved me. So it's the one I have.
All right, fine.
I'm just saying, you're not going to only make
rice cooker.
all last week telling me about how you can make everything else besides toast in a toaster oven. You're going to tell me that I can't make something besides rice in a rice cooker.
There are rules.
We have another debate about this?
Well, maybe on another day, because today's debate, we're going in a little bit different direction. We're talking French toast today. And we're talking about our experience with savory French toast and why it's not more prevalent in the world. That's today's topic.
Okay. So I think maybe a good place to start with is what the hell is savory French toast? Like you put onion, so when Cecile makes pancakes that she wants to call savory. So first off, I didn't even know that existed, that you'd have savory and sweet stuff. I just thought I ate things that I liked, and that did just happen to be one of those things. So for me, I can go and eat like sweet stuff and then savory stuff and then sweet stuff on top of it and back and forth.
Sure.
Whereas I guess a lot of people can't do that. Cecile, she cannot eat something savory after she's eaten something sweet.
Well, apparently it's a European thing.
Yeah,
what do you think?
same thing.
Really?
Sweet is for breakfast or dessert. That's it.
Wow. Okay. But could you do like a mix of both, but do one after could you do?
Sweet always after.
Okay.
Like in a meal that is not breakfast.
Ice cream the other day, and he was like, "No, I got to eat my dinner first."
Yeah.
And I ate ice cream before and after dinner.
So I will have ice cream, but once I have dinner.
Did your parents used to tell you that you can't eat like sweets before dinner? They used to tell you that? I wonder if
it wasn't like a rule. It's just we always had dessert at the end of the meal.
I feel like maybe we spent so much time growing up with our parents saying you can't have your sweets until you have your meal that now that I'm an adult, I like to do it however the hell I want to do it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I told Marco just the other day. I was like, "You're 27, Marco. You don't have to eat your ice cream after dinner."
Well, the same reason you only cook rice in your rice cooker, I have my rules to eat. And
okay. All right.
It's always after.
Well, so here's the thing. Last week we kind of hint on this, that I'm very experimental in breakfast. I went out and I realized it wasn't a mountain bike ride. I was out riding the moto, shredding up some gravel out in Reddington Pass. And I was on my way home and I was debating about stopping to eat on my way home. But COVID, it's kind of hard to stop and eat. So I was like, well, what can I make at home? There's some toast that needs to be eaten, some bread that's a little old. So I was thinking French toast. But I was in the mood for chicken fried steak, which is what I normally eat. But anyhow, I get to thinking and dreaming the whole ride home. I'm thinking, well, I believe it was some Spam, what is actually not a Spam brand, but luncheon meat that I'd gotten real cheap at the fries. Mm-hmm. And it just caught my curiosity. As an adult, something catches my curiosity. I just buy it and try it. And this was called luncheon meat. And it's kind of like Spam, it turns out. So I decided to make savory French toast with some of this bread I got from the local bakery. That was getting a little hard. So I take egg, much like you do, whisk it with some butter. In this case, some added Parmesan, salt, pepper. Soak the bread in it, put it in the pan. Pan fried one side of it. Flipped it over, put cheese on it. Put onions on it that I'd grilled the night before. And then I added bell peppers from the night before as well that were already grilled. The Spam or Spam type food shredded, as well as shredded Dubliner cheese. And I created a whole new type of French toast, which is savory French toast. Mm-hmm. And the whole ride home, when I was thinking I'm going to make this, it's going to be delicious, I had no idea how delicious it was going to be. And I don't know why there isn't more French toast, savory French toast in restaurants. It's fantastic. So the reason Marco's here and we're talking about this today is Marco's the only one that really agrees with me on the savory French toast in our household. When I made it that day, first bite in, I was like, so delicious. Marco, you got to try it. And so, Marco, how did that morning go for you?
Pretty good. I was thinking about making it the next day, like all day, and I did it, and it was awesome.
All right. So how did you do your savory French toast?
So what I've been doing is the bread, you get the eggs. I've been putting Worcestershire sauce.
Oh, in the eggs?
Yeah, in the eggs.
Wow.
And salt and pepper, and then and what I do first is I get bacon and I cook it in the pan, and I cook the toast and the grease that the bacon leaves in the pan. And then when I'm making the toast, I just put cheese on top to melt it, and then everything on top, like the bacon and straight. And then I do add more Worcestershire sauce at the end.
Okay, so you're topping it after with Worcestershire sauce?
Yeah.
Okay. And so how many times since that day have you made?
I don't know, like maybe twice a week.
Wow. So Marco has been eating this invention like apparently twice a week since May. And I've made it like twice in total. Marco's been eating it twice a week. What kind of really draws you to it?
Well, although I am more of a sweet breakfast person, my favorite breakfast is French toast.
Okay.
So I eat that a lot too. But then a savory version of my favorite breakfast is kind of cool when I don't feel like sweet breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. So twice a week, you don't feel like having a sweet breakfast or sweet French toast. So you go savory, and that's changed your life. Wow. Tim, thoughts?
I don't know. So Cecile has definitely made me savory pancakes, which I guess is super similar. Which
Isn't
is good.
it when Cecile makes something, it's crepe, and when Cecile makes a crepe, it's not really a crepe because it has applesauce instead of eggs.
So she called me after our podcast, and she listened to it, and she said that whatever I said was like dumb. Like I totally screwed it up. So I don't know. She told me again. I still don't remember. But basically, you've got like pancakes, American pancakes, and then like crepes. And I'm always confused on how those work. So I don't know. But anyway, she'll come on and explain it to us one day.
We'll have a good, what is a real pancake discussion.
In Spain, we have what we got frisuelos, which is, it's in between American pancakes and crepes. They're smaller than crepes, but they're really thin too. And a lot of people eat them savory too.
Okay.
That being said, have you guys ever seen savory French toast?
I mean, no.
On the menu? Anywhere.
Never.
And it's so delicious. Why doesn't anybody have it?
Well, I guess not every breakfast is savory, but so in France at least, they eat savory pancakes for like dinner time. So this like a dinner, like, right. I like just like a breakfast. So for me, I really like a sweet breakfast. So like in my mind, French toast has to have like powdered sugar on it. Like that's just my preconceived idea of French toast. And for me to have like something savory with powdered sugar on it apparently is weird. So
you're not going to put powdered sugar on it.
I would.
This takes us down a lot of different tangents. So even if we were to make a vegan version, which would just be French toast lathered in applesauce, put in a fry pan, and then we put vegan cheese on it, and then we put tofurkey as well as some onions and bell peppers, and then top it with Worcestershire sauce. That's your version of vegan French toast because the applesauce is the egg. But you think that would still be good savory?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the applesauce is going to be sweet, so it's going to have this like weird sweet savory mix, which I'm fine with. But I don't know that you'd ever see that on the menu of a restaurant. Yeah. Like I love like the idea of the grilled onions and like peppers. That's awesome. Because I mean, sometimes I do like a savory breakfast, but the hard part about being vegan is like what's savory in breakfast? Eggs, bacon, sausage.
Good stuff.
Like, yeah, you can't. So every time I go to a breakfast place, I'm like, well, I'm stuck with like pancakes, I guess, and just like close my eyes and pretend like it doesn't have butter in it. So, yeah. But so that's why I feel robbed from savory breakfasts.
And is this like an existence that you're willing to continue living?
I mean, it's a simple life, but it's my life, and I've accepted it. But that being said, the idea of a savory French toast could be mind blowing to me.
Yeah,
like that could be a game changer. I'm into it.
Yeah,
that's a yes from me.
Yeah. All right. Well, today's discussion about savory French toast, what we want to leave you with here is why isn't it in restaurants? Have you guys ever tried it, heard of it? We want you to leave that in the comment below.
What else would you add to it?
Yeah. And if you try this at home, feel free to send us some photos and we'll post them on our Instagram, Facebook page. We are really lacking in content.
Mhm.
And so we would love everybody's feedback on the savory French toast. The other thing as well regarding that is if you're a vegan out there, there's a couple of other options. I'm not vegan, but I'm saying you could go with a soy riso, right?
Mhm.
And instead of using applesauce, which sounds ridiculous, you could spread essentially your vegan mayonnaise that you told me about last week on there.
Mayonnaise, yeah.
You could use veganese, right? And
That's
do that.
true.
And then Marco, do you have anything
Well,
else for how you could go about making vegan or regular savory French toast?
Since you have the vegan milks that are not that sweet,
Oh.
I don't know. That
Yeah.
doesn't sound that good, no?
No. Okay.
You like soy milk, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're already adding tofu to it and
Yeah.
stuff anyway. I mean, soy milk could be pretty sweet. I personally like oat milk, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty, I don't know. So I guess the other thing worth mentioning with that is the bread type. What kind of bread are you guys using for this stuff? Is this like white bread? You'd want like something like a whole wheat, right?
I've been using white bread.
Okay.
I generally do this with, I go to, I hate to admit this, but there's a lovely Parisian bakery, which is the name of the bakery. It's run by a bunch of Thai or Vietnamese ladies. So it's not actually Parisian,
Yeah.
but in town. And they have a lot of different. So I've been doing like a rustic loaf or marble rye works well, even French toast. Growing up as a child, I thought you couldn't make French toast without using French bread, which in my house growing up was a baguette. So you could only make French toast with a baguette. Obviously, I've learned since then that you can do it with almost any kind of bread.
Sliced bread is what I grew up with. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. It's just something we wanted to introduce, and Marco has just been really killing it. What other recipe variations have you been doing?
I've been just variations of the same until I got to one that this one, but it was
The one with the bacon is like your go-to now?
Yeah, they will have been all really similar, just different things, but not huge differences.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you could do oyster sauce topping. Have you tried ketchup or
No.
salsa?
No.
Kind of a
Ketchup
more
just make it
Southwest style.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ketchup is sweet, yes, has a lot of sugar in it, but ketchup is a savory topping.
Get out of here.
You don't put ketchup. No, I'm not saying that ketchup isn't sweet,
Yeah.
but I'm saying ketchup is a topping for savory foods. Am I right, Marco?
I would agree with that.
Like use it for hamburgers.
I
You
mean,
don't put ketchup on pancakes.
but it's a sweet thing, though.
Yeah,
It's a sweet
it
thing,
is sweet.
but it's a topping for savory meals.
I've met people that put ketchup in their cereal.
What?
That's just
I haven't
horrible.
done it or anything.
Have you done it?
No.
Seriously, Tim.
No.
You're just like, I want to have a savory breakfast, and you put ketchup in your cereal.
Yeah,
Your oat
it's the
milk.
closest I can get to savory. It's a tomato. It's basically a vegetable. Yeah, or fruit. I don't know what they are. There's a debate about that, I guess. But I don't know. So I Cecile doesn't let me have ketchup in the house, actually. So
Why not?
I don't know. She likes mustard a lot. And
You can have both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them sell it in the packets where they come together.
Yeah. Costco.
Oh wow. So what I do is when we go out, sometimes I'll like take the ketchup packets from the places and I'll like hide them.
Why can't you buy it though?
I don't know. She doesn't like ketchup that much.
Okay.
She likes ketchup sometimes. I don't know. I'm not whipped. I'm my own man.
Well, all right. So that's kind of the today's big topic was the savory French toast. And I guess we'll spend the rest of today's podcast talking about Marco's special.
Sure.
Today we'll spend the rest of our podcast talking about Marco's background in breakfast. Let's talk about Spanish breakfast. What's the Spanish breakfast like?
So mainly sweet, but then there's a few savory ones. Like you were talking in the last podcast about your tomato sandwiches. A really typical one is pan tumaca. which is you get tomatoes and you grate them,
Hmm.
and then you put on your toast olive oil, the tomato paste, the tomato
in a grater?
yeah, in a grater.
Like it just doesn't turn into like water?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like a spread, and you put garlic and salt in it and a little bit of olive oil. And then people usually put like cured ham, but you can put other stuff on it.
No cheese?
No cheese. And
that's vegan. You can get vegan.
Yeah, that is
cured
vegan,
ham.
and that it is really good. Yeah, garlic, salt, tomato. Really
I'm into
good.
that. It's almost like imagine like a bruschetta or something like that.
Yeah, what's that thing they have at Italian restaurants?
It's like I think it's it's like
called a bruschetta.
I think they have the bruschetta where it's like it's like a little piece of toast. It's like always way too hard, and then it has like tomato stuff on there,
olive oil, and mozzarella.
Yeah, I think it's
mozzarella.
mozzarella.
Kind of like Marco.
Yeah, but it's toast. It's not like really hard. Yeah.
And what is it called again?
Pantumaca.
Well, I guess Tim, there is a country, a culture that eats tomato sandwiches for breakfast,
and it is really good.
I never thought it would have been Spain. I knew the Italians liked themselves a lot of tomatoes, but
What else? What else is a Spanish breakfast?
All my life I was always toast.
Toast?
Yeah, regular toast.
No. Is there like a Spanish egg breakfast?
You're not big on eggs for breakfast.
Because you're always eating eggs for dinner.
Yeah.
Potato and eggs for dinner, this guy.
Yeah. Eggs are not a big thing for breakfast. No, I don't know.
When do you eat them then? Dinner?
Lunch and dinner, yeah.
Huh, okay. I was wondering, do you guys have cereal there?
Yeah.
You got like Captain Crunch and...
Yeah, commercial stuff, yeah.
International. What's your favorite?
Well, they're different brands. They're like Spanish brands and stuff, but we do have Kellogg's. But
are there breakfast pastries in Spain?
Yeah, like I don't know how they. I know they exist here because you see them everywhere. I don't know the name in English. Napolitana chocolate is like pastry filled with chocolate or cream.
Like a croissant?
A donut?
It's similar to a croissant.
Dough?
Yeah, it's flaky dough.
Oh, okay. So it's like an actual pastry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds really good.
Flautas, which is also but really long.
Mm-hmm.
They do all that kind of stuff. Rosquillas.
Yeah.
That's like baked donut, like hard donuts.
Mm-hmm.
They're not fluffy. They're like hard.
What?
Yeah. And they're fried instead of baked.
Yeah. So breakfast culture in Spain, people get up, they have toast, coffee. Is there like coffee shop culture where they go for espressos, things like that?
There's bar culture. You go to the bar
for breakfast.
Yeah. And you have your coffee and your toast there.
And a beer?
No, it's just they serve breakfast at the bars.
Okay.
And then at lunchtime, they stop serving coffee and start with lunch and beer and stuff like that. But the same place does this, everything, yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, people just go to the same place.
It's a good way to save space.
So what is a bar breakfast in Spain?
Usually that, either a pastry or toast and then coffee and whatever coffee. A lot stronger coffee than you can find here. But, yeah.
All right, well, coffee. Speaking of coffee, you're a caffeine man. You normally make the coffee in our house. What are your thoughts?
You make coffee for everybody else in your house?
Yeah. I'm the first one up, and I make coffee.
So nice. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I like it strong.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I have to water Marco's coffee down.
You have to water Marco's coffee down.
I also don't drink a lot of coffee, but I like normally.
But we had this.
But so he wakes up at 5, right? I get up at somewhere between 6:30, 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I get to the coffee, it's not hot. So I water it down with some cold water, and then I drink kind of like a lukewarm, almost iced coffee in the morning. And that's how I like to do it. It's the system I've developed alongside Marco's 5 a.m. strong coffee.
You don't add ice to it?
Sometimes.
But it's like a lukewarm coffee?
Well, it's just like room temperature. Because I take room temperature coffee, I add cold water to it, and then I drink it. And it's just like a little bit, you know?
And you just do one sip of that, 1 sip of your Red Bull?
No Red Bull at home.
No Red Bull.
Not allowed to keep that at home.
I'm really particular of what I use to make coffee. I don't like to use coffee makers. I either my Italian press or my French press.
What's the difference between an Italian press and a French press, and why isn't there a Spanish press?
There's no need for one when you have the other two. The Italian press, I don't know the real specifics, but it makes the coffee is a lot stronger. and the Italian
Is
press.
that the one that's not what you use though?
No,
at home right now.
Right now I'm using the French press because I make more coffee. And
Yeah. Oh, is the Italian one where the water boils up, cowboy style?
like a Bialetti?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they called them press. You're not pressing anything though.
It is pressurized though.
Well, I don't know if it's called press. In Spanish, it's called cafeteria italiana or something.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. It's like Italians, just like we're pressing it in the air through the thing.
I mean, it is pressure.
Vapor pressure. Yeah.
It's still gas pressure.
So, funny story about a Bialetti. My dad has been a coffee drinker for, 40 years, since coffee was introduced in the United States, something like that.
Yeah.
And he had never used a Bialetti before, never saw one. So he came over and he didn't know that I had a coffee maker. He's like, "You don't have a coffee maker. I got to get some coffee. I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts." And I was like, "I've got a Bialetti here." And he goes, "What's that?" So I show him how to make it. I make the coffee for him. And then the next day I get up in the morning and he's all flustered and he gets like kind of angry when he doesn't have coffee in the morning, so and I wake up way later than him. So he's like, "Your coffee maker's not working." And I was like, "What? Show me what you did." And he unscrewed the bottom, he put the coffee in there, and then he screwed it back on and then put the water in the top and then just like set it on the oven. And I was just like, or in the stove. And I was just like, what how did you think that was going to like brew coffee? Like they're totally separate. Yes, I just got like extra roasted beans now.
Didn't she burn the like rubber seal and the?
I don't know. Would that happen?
When you don't put water in the bottom, it usually burns it.
Oh boy, well it's not mine. So sorry, Cameron. I did not know that. All right, I should probably check that.
Look into that.
Because all the heat goes there.
That would make sense.
So, Marco, you're a coffee guy, drink a lot of coffee, and your preference is the Italian press. And what'd you call it, Tim?
Bialetti?
Bialetti.
It makes espresso coffee, like really strong. So you don't just only need a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the things I didn't like.
Yeah, when I make it with the Italian one, I don't usually I mix it with milk. And when the French press, I just drink it straight.
Huh. Yeah.
Well,
one other thing I'd like to cover with Marco is his jam preference.
Marmalade preference.
Well, no, because marmalade we have because we made a bunch of it with Michaela when it was corn, or Marco and Michaela made a bunch of it. But that's why Marco, you're eating it now. Do you have another jam preference, or marmalade or jelly?
Marmalade. My favorite is fig.
Fig?
Yeah. But I like it's just basically sugar with a little bit of fruit, so I like all of them.
Anything.
Have you guys had Cecile makes jam sometimes, and she has like this stuff called chutney, and it's like a savory jam. I'm probably butchering that, but I wonder if that'd be good on savory French toast.
Maybe.
I have some in the cupboard. We should try this and then report back on it in the next podcast.
Next podcast, let's see if the savory French toast is good with chutney.
Savory. I think it's just like a savory jam. Yeah, I think I don't know how she makes. She makes that like, in the Instant Pot. You just add a bunch of crap in there and then you boil it up, and it's like savory stuff.
You're gonna get so ripped for saying that.
Yeah.
Tim, you're so dumb. You don't know how anything works.
I know. I'm sorry.
Except with an English accent.
You're so dumb. I should never have said that. No, it'd be more like, Tim, really? It's like every morning waking up to like a much more attractive version of Simon Cowell. I'm just like, it's a no from me. I'm just like, damn. I'm over here like, Paul, I just want to be like, everything's fine.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea.
All right.
All right. Well, we're kind of getting to the end of today's episode, so I want to do a quick recap of what we talked about. French toast, savory. If you like it, if you tried it, if you've seen it, let us know. Coffee. Do you prefer a French press or an Italian press? What's it called, Marco?
Bialetti.
Bialetti?
Or coffee maker.
Or coffee maker. And then the last thing is Marco prefers fig jam. So if you want to send Marco some fig jam, slide into his DMs and we'll see if we get any fig jam.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. try some out, rate it for you guys.
Figs are in season right now. So.
Yeah, I heard there's fig jam or fig stuff at XO as well as Time Market. And then you've been buying a lot of figs from people in the community.
They're really good.
Yeah, fig mogul now.
You know what else is coming in season is pomegranates.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you jam
Next
pomegranates?
I think
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's pain in the butt, but yeah.
Does it have the seeds in it like strawberry?
Well, you cannot take the seeds out, but to take all the grains out.
Yeah.
Without all the
walls.
Yeah, the fibers in between, it's a lot of work.
I see.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks. Sounds good. Let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll report back next time.
Yeah. All right. Ohayou gozaimasu.
Buenos dias.
Good morning.
This is the Breakfast Podcast. All right. Nailed it.